If you have a slab roller, they are awesome. You can put your clay in here and you set it right here and here to how thick you want it. And with a little bit of effort. It's going to roll it out for you. And it's beautiful. If you don't have a slab roller, I'm going to show you how to do this on your own. Okay, I'm back. If you don't have one of these slab rollers, what I suggest you invest in is a piece of really good thick canvas. They sell this at every pottery store, ceramic store I've ever been to. And if not, you can probably pick up a really good thick piece at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. So you get your rolling pin. I don't wash these because once you do, it all sticks. You need a piece of an old t-shirt and fill it with cornstarch. Put the cornstarch on both and you can roll it out. Now, these handy little things, these little guards, you can also buy at most ceramic stores, or you can order them offline. These go on a standard size rolling pin, and it gives you a guard so you don't make your stuff too thin. And when you buy these, I think the package has like 4 or 5 different sizes. So you can make it at different thicknesses. And see, all of a sudden, see, it's not even touching that anymore. Well, I guess it did right there at the end. Good. Okay, another way to do it is to put guards on either side. Let me see if I can find my guards. I use these for guards because when I'm done, my clay is only going to be this thick, about, I would say, about 1/4 of an inch thick. You put these on either side. Make sure you have plenty of cornstarch. And school supplies are really cheap right now, so go pick yourself up some. You see, this rests on these, and then when I roll it out, it is the same thickness. It's going to have a pattern on it from the canvas. Now, you can leave that pattern on it, or you can smooth it out. Now, this is already smoothed out because of the rolling pin, but if I didn't have the rolling pin, I'd want to take a rib and smooth this out. Today, we can focus on the weather. I just grabbed this one. And Christmas, so we can make some tree ornaments. And now these are for the Halloween tree and for car fresheners. So we're not going to get into this right now because to use these, this is a whole nother planet on using these kind of cookie cutters. So today we're going to focus on making the Christmas tree ornaments and these little cute little things of the weather. You can use these for Christmas ornaments, or you can make wind chimes. You could do a lot of different stuff with them. Okay, looks like the first one I grabbed is going to be a snowflake. What else we got? Oh, little gingerbread man. One more to round it out. Here's Santa Claus. Let's see if we can find him. Yep, that's good. Okay, you're going to take your cornstarch, wherever it went, and you're going to just lightly dust the inside of these. Place it where you want it. Take these, press firmly on the inside, lift up, and it should come with it. Now, before you pull these out, take your finger and smooth this out. Remove any burrs or anything that's on there. Okay? Then come back over and gently take your thumbnail if you have one. And there's your first ornament. They're standing in this bag. Now take your thumb and gently smooth this out. Clay has a memory. So if you bend this in half and then bend it back, it probably come out warped. So there's one. See how simple that was? Here's our second one. And here in a minute, I'm going to show you what we do with them. Now this clay that I'm using is Amico's air dry clay. But then when you go to the website, it says it has to be fired. Don't fall for it. And this is a really good low fire clay, actually. I was kind of impressed with it. But it is not air dry. That is waiting for a lawsuit from those people. I mean, do they say it's air dry because you let it air dry before you put it in the kiln? I mean, we'll let them argue that in court, I reckon. But don't waste your money on this. I'm only using it now because it made really fabulous ornaments, but so does my regular clay. Okay, press deep in there. Even the ones with lots of detail, it doesn't have a problem. Okay, and that's it. So once you fire these, it's time to paint them. I'm going to show you what I use. This is that air dry clay from Amico. It had to be fired. Yeah, to 04. But aren't they lovely once they've been fired? So if you have a kiln, or if you have a use of a kiln, or if you have a college nearby you, they will sell you space in the kiln. Most ceramic stores sell you space in the kiln. So wherever you buy your glaze and your ceramic supplies, they have kilns. So you can buy space, and it's usually, you know, they do it by so many pennies per square inch or what have you. So I would definitely look into that if I was you before you made the leap, just to even see if you like doing, you know, pottery and ceramics. Because a kiln's a pretty big commitment unless you buy one of the 110 kilns. I call it my baby kiln. Some people call it a test kiln, jewelry kiln. They call it all sorts of things. I'll show you a picture of it here in a minute. It's old. It's an old kiln setter. And the inside of it is only about this big around. But here's the little kiln. See how tiny it is? And there's the little kiln setter. It's only got the one knob. And it has really been beat up. I need to clean it and put some new coils in it. But these are pretty new. I just need to repin it. But see, it'll hold 2 of my lamps. And that's it. That's how tiny it is. Let me see if I can get a ruler and show you. Hold on a second. Okay. See, it's stuck in there. That's 12 inches. And this way, well, it's going to be less. It's going to be 11 inches. So it is not a big kiln. Not even. Now you can get these anywhere that sells kilns. It's not going to look like this. It's probably going to have an electronic controller on it. But you can still order kiln setters. I would look for something used, but it does not use 220. It just plugs into the wall. Just regular 110 plug. And that's it. I mean, you can see the difference. Here's the big boy, and there's the little teeny tiny one. This one obviously has to have a lot more power. But that little 110, it'll work just fine. Let's see which ones we want to paint here. Something easy. Like we got Max, the doggy. You can make these cute little ornaments for your tree. You got little pets that you want to, or you can put these on their stockings. So everybody's got a little name tag. So for these, I get my paints or stains, whatever you use. I prefer the stains just because I get the deep color. Now this is just velvet underglaze. You can use any color you want. This is black, but I've got probably, I don't know, at least 80 bottles of underglaze up there. You can use any of those you want. So what you do is you take a wide brush, which I don't really have one. I guess I can use this. So we're going to do the Christmas tree and we're going to outline it. Take your underglaze and make sure you stick it in all of the little crannies and nooks and crannies. Make sure really get it in there. And you can paint the back if you want and the sides, but I would use regular stain or paint for that. I would not use this. The only reason why this works is because we're not going to come in contact with it. Now you're going to take and you're going to wipe it off. See that? And that gives us an outline. And the better you get it, the brighter your colors will be. So make sure you get just as much of it off as you can. And we're going to paint going around this. These are fun projects for kids. Have them put their name and their date on the back. Or if you want to make a little set of 4 and give them for a present. Put someone's anniversary or what have you on it. Okay. So I'm going to let this dry a little bit. We're not going to go into the grooves if we can help it. So don't overload your brush like I just did. I'm going to take this off. There we go. So just put a little tiny bit, almost dry, and fill in the spots. You don't want it to look blotchy, so put 2 coats if you need to. Just don't go down into the grooves. And once you do this, I'm going to show you what happens next. We're going to seal this so that underglaze is trapped. It's not going to go anywhere. Okay, and there's the little tree. Let it dry really, really well, and then I'm going to show you what the next step is. This is how we're going to seal it. Now, before you seal it, put your names or dates or anything that you want to on the back. You can do that with a plain old magic marker. You can do it with the paint, stains. You can even do it with underglaze because we're going to seal it on here. So whatever you want on here, if you do like the little baby, for a new birth, so you have a commemorative ornament, or you do your little doggy, Max, so you have a little ornament. It's all done the same way. Put the dog's birthday on here or whatever. If you live on the beach and you know somebody who lives on the beach, you can make them some cute little summertime ornaments. I mean, all of these things are just adorable. I'm going to put a link in the bottom so you can see where I bought this stuff. Like I said, you don't have to use it if you don't want to. If you do, I'm going to get a few pennies. Okay, let's move on and see what we need to do next. Okay, so once these are completely dry, you're going to take them outside. And I just use this, just regular old crystal clear enamel spray paint. It seems to work just fine. Kind of stand back from it, at least 8 to 10 inches, and make sure you get all the way around it. Now we're going to let those sit until they dry. We're going to flip them and do the same thing. Okay, so these are done. These have a lot of dust on them, but these are what I use. You can get these at Walmart or Dollar Store or wherever. But you can use the regular ones too. These are just like super fancy. So I take and pull this out just a little bit. And there we go. And they hang on the tree like this. Now, I didn't finish painting these, so you might want to paint the back side of them or the sides in the back just to keep them, they look good. If you're going to write on them, I would suggest you write on them and then paint them, like I said before. This one I forgot to put a hole in because this was actually for a car freshener. But you can see it turned out just adorable. And these are the same way. So how cute would that be hanging on your tree? I'm going to also do a video on how to do ornaments for Halloween trees.